Greetings, beautiful earthlings. My name is Star. If you are new here, I don't know how you found me, but I am super glad you did. And if you are returning, y'all, the real MVP, you already know. So to wrap up About Me week, I just want to say I am very, very, very grateful to you guys for 200 subs. At the time of filming this, we're actually at about 195 subs. I have zero doubt in my mind that in the next couple of days we'll hit 200. And that's why I wanted to just preemptively record all of these. So, if you are brand new to my channel, this is the first video you are clicking on, this isn't really what I do here. I do like to do lots of stuff with tarot and tarot related things. So if you would like to check out my playlists, feel free to see what it is I do here, and feel free to hit that little subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get notified anytime I make a new video, because I don't upload regularly. It's kind of whatever I decide. So maybe one week it's one video, one week it's 5 videos. You'll never know. I never know. So that notification bell will help you out a whole lot. And I'd really love to have you here if you'd like to stick around, but if you want to just hang out for this video, that's totally cool too. I love having you here. So for those of you guys who have been watching my videos in succession, you know that this has been About Me week. And so far we have done, there's a bug in here. We have done my plant tour, my tattoo tour, my no makeup look, and my skincare routine. And that's because I feel like skincare and makeup should have gone together, but I also didn't want to make the video too long because I did have a lot to talk about with those things, because at least for the girls that watch my channel, you guys know we all go through a very long journey with skincare and makeup throughout our lives. I feel like it's a very big part of every girl. Could be a very big part for every boy in this day and age as well. So I thought that that was a good inclusion, and it should have its own video, but they were lots of fun. If you guys haven't seen them, I am making a whole playlist out of them, so I definitely recommend checking them out. If you guys would like to watch all of them or just one of them, what have you, feel free. It's just so that you guys have a little something back to learn who I am as a person outside of the tarot community on YouTube. And I might make updated videos when I get to 500 subs, just because I feel like that might be a little while down the line. Could be a year from now. Who knows? My channel's growing maybe like 1 or 2 subs a day, so if it's still trending the same, it could take a while to get to 500. It could very well get to 500 overnight. We'll never know. You know what I mean? We'll get there when we get there. So maybe I'll make some updated videos down the line, but right now I just wanted to have a little chit chat with you guys about myself, because I am a Leo and I can talk about myself endlessly. So I say that all the time, but I want to tell you guys what my actual signs are. So my first little point. I also want to say, if you guys don't like chatty, rambly videos, this probably isn't the one for you, but I'm gonna keep going anyways, because that's what this video is, just for you guys to get to know me a little better. So first off, my signs, sun, moon, and rising. I am a Leo sun, a Cancer moon, and rising. So that means I have a Cancer moon and a Cancer rising. So, which is really super interesting, and I hate to say this, but I love this about myself, because I've told you guys before, I'm a Leo only in Leo season, and then the rest of the year I am a Cancer, and I'm very barely Leo as it is, but I'm still a Leo sun. But as you guys know, Leo, the zodiac sign, is ruled by the sun, and Cancer, the zodiac sign, see the bug? Cancer, the zodiac sign, is ruled by the moon. So I think that's really cool that my sun sign is Leo and my moon sign is Cancer. I can't imagine being any other way. I was actually supposed to be born in September, and I came super early, and I would have been a Virgo. I would have been a totally different person. I probably wouldn't even be on the same path. So I'm very glad that I was born when I was. And I mean, if you guys really want to know my birthday, you guys can backtrack videos. I did a birthday video. I've said what year I was born. I said where I grew up. Like, I've said all of these things in my other videos. I don't mean like, go watch all of my videos to find out. Like, no, clearly that's kind of messed up. But I wanted to also talk about the fact that I was born in Colorado. So not a lot of you guys know that, because I am currently in San Diego. I did grow up in San Diego, but I don't talk about Colorado often because I particularly don't like it, but I have been flip-flopping between Colorado and San Diego, California my whole life. So I was born in Colorado, spent about 12 years there. I moved out to California and I spent about 7 more years here. And then I moved back to Colorado, spent about another 5 or 6 years there, and then I moved back to San Diego recently. So it's just kind of this weird feeling of never feeling at home. When I'm in Colorado, I want to be in California. When I'm in California, I want to be in Colorado. Honestly, I want to say screw them both, and I want to move to Portland. I feel like I would fit in really well in Portland, but for some reason, I am tied between San Diego and Colorado. So I was born in Colorado. My daughter was conceived in Colorado, and I actually wanted her to be born in California. So my daughter was born in San Diego, California, like I wish I had been. But she's the lucky one. She was born in California. I was born in Colorado. I just did not want her to feel bound to Colorado the way that I do, and I feel that way because I was born there and I grew up there. But I really hate Colorado. I'm not a mountain person. I am not a hiking person. I am not a Broncos fan. I'm allergic to everything in Colorado. I just really don't like it, and I always find peace in San Diego at the beach. I am a lot less allergic to everything out here, and it's more fun for me to go to the beach as opposed to hiking. So that's why I do that. I'd much rather be in San Diego, but who knows where I'll end up, you know what I mean? So I also wanted to tell you guys I'm a very big collector. I don't know how many times, if you guys have been watching my videos in succession, I'm sure you've caught a couple of these little things that I've snuck in there every once in a while, but I've got well over 200 books. I've got well over 200 DVDs and Blu-rays. I've got quite a big collection of comics. I've got a big collection of crystals. I've got a big collection of coins. I'm sure that that's probably why I've got a big collection of tarot decks. I mean, there's so much stuff that I collect, you guys, it's not even funny. Like, I collect sand, like I collect so much weird stuff, and I wanted to do a video on this a long time ago about all of my weird collections, but it's just not worth it. It's just so much that I collect. And I think that that is probably because I am an only child. So that is my next point. I am an only child. I know everybody's constantly trying to figure that out, if I am the oldest, if I am the youngest. Not the middle, I am the only. Just me. And I feel like it kind of shows because of how much I talk. So if you guys know anything about only children, you know they're called lonely children, and that is why I can just talk and talk and talk forever. If you give me any kind of attention, I'm just gonna spit so much word fire into your face hole because I am used to like being alone most of the time. So I do really enjoy my solidarity because of that, because I grew up completely alone. Unfortunately, my parents were both very hardworking, and I was alone most of the time. That's where I got my love for books. I also learned to develop a love for writing, and I had actually wanted to be a writer in my young life. So I went to college for writing and literature and English composition. I got my associates in literature, and I wanted to keep going and be a teacher, a writing teacher. And I actually ended up taking courses in early childhood development, which is basically the study of young children's psychology. And once I got to that path, I realized I liked that a lot more than writing, and I wanted to be a young child teacher, like a preschool or a kindergarten teacher. That early development age is my favorite age, and I actually went through quite a lot of art classes in college as well because I always wanted to be an artist. So you guys don't really know that about me. A few of you have caught on to that, but I do have an art page as well called Starry Nightmare Art, and I do still do art. I'm currently working on 2 projects. One is Greg the Cat and one is a Merkaba. So I love painting, I love drawing. My best skill is black and gray graphite shading. I love it so much. I love the huge range of what you can do with black and gray. And if I was a tattoo artist, I'd be a black and gray tattoo artist. Color is very hard for me to understand. My eye doesn't quite read color the same way that it reads black and gray. I can see every tonal shift of black and gray, but I can't quite understand shades of color for some reason. That was the hardest thing for me to catch in art school as well. So that was my college years, just writing, early childhood development, working on a book, art. I did 10 years of retail from the time that I was 16 until the time that I was just recently, honestly, like last year. That was probably my last retail year. I worked at quite a few retail places. So my first job was at Justice. If you guys know anything about Justice, it is a tween brand clothing store, which also used to be limited to when I was little. So I started at Justice, I went to Guess, and then I went to H&M. And then from there, I went to Vans. I went through massage therapy school. I have done a lot of things. Like I always want to do everything. And then because of that, I have lots of little skills and knowledge about kind of everything, but I don't have any one type of developed skill. So I do know massage therapy. I didn't actually get my license. I had passed the licensing exam. There was a whole issue with how much class I had missed. They wanted me to retake some classes. So it's very unfortunate, but I'm also very glad because I do have fibromyalgia, and massage therapy was extremely difficult on my body, but I did learn a lot in massage therapy school. It did really shape who I am today, being around like-minded people, and that's also where I learned that I could do Reiki. So I have always been very in touch with my intuition and my powers, so to speak, but it was in massage school I learned that I do Reiki. And I learned that, and I started really honing that. Again, I am not a Reiki master. I did not go through classes for Reiki. I did not get licensed in Reiki, but Reiki is energy healing, and it is kind of a big part of massage therapy. If you are very serious about massage therapy, you are not just manipulating muscles, you are also energetically healing people, but not all massage therapists can energetically heal people, and not all energy healers can manipulate muscles. So there is that. I just feel like they personally go hand in hand really well. But then after massage therapy, I worked at a pawn shop. Like, I worked at Vans. Vans was the happiest time of my life. You guys heard me talk about that because I did grow up in San Diego. So I grew up surfing. I grew up around skaters. It was my home feeling essentially, but I worked at Vans in Colorado, and I was a manager there, and it's really sad to like be managing something that you love so much, because it's like you're kind of taking away how much you love of it. You know what I mean? It was fun that I had to learn so much about the skate culture and history of skateboarding and everything for that job, and I was able to dress people the way that I wanted to, and it was a whole lot of fun. But again, that was the politics of retail, of adding on, of selling, of making numbers, of training people, of getting people to hit numbers, of all of this stuff, and I really don't like the politics of retail. I was in it way too long. So after Vans, I went to a pawn shop, and when I was working at the pawn shop, that's when I was pregnant. And that was very hard to work at a pawn shop pregnant, let me tell you. That was probably the hardest time I've ever gone through in my life. It was the best money I ever made, hardest time of my life. It was the hardest job ever. It was super extremely stressful. It was in a really bad area. It was just horrible all around. And since I left the pawn shop, I have moved back to California. Haven't gotten a job since because I had my baby child. Then the sickness hit and we can't do things, couldn't get a job. Every time I thought I would find a job, I would call them and they'd say they weren't hiring, or they would say something was super promising and then they'd say they weren't hiring around me, or they just got shut down for hiring, stuff like that. So here we are, exactly a year later. I still haven't gotten a job after I left the pawn shop, after I moved out of Colorado. And in this time, this is when I started developing my tarot skills, like really developing my tarot skills. So that brings me to where we are now. You guys don't know that, but I was gifted a tarot deck about 2 years ago when I was in massage therapy school. I didn't really do much with it. I couldn't quite grasp it. It seemed really daunting and intimidating to begin with, so I kind of put it off to the side, started doing some intuitive reads back in the day with one tarot deck and one oracle deck, and it was a lot of fun to do. It started my career and where I am today. And just in sitting here, having a baby, not being able to do anything, not being able to go anywhere, I had to put my passions somewhere. I didn't have the time to sit down and write anymore, or sit down and draw. I didn't have the supplies to paint. I didn't have any of the things that I wanted to do what I could do. And really one of the very few things that I had with me when I moved was my tarot and oracle deck. So I figured, why not? This is the perfect time to learn how to do tarot, since it seems like we're gonna just be sitting here for the foreseeable future. And in learning tarot, I found my way to my witchcraft group, which my aunt had invited me to because she was an admin of, and in doing that I had my gift exchange idea. The admin loved it. She added me to the group. I have grown rapidly from being in that group and being able to learn a whole lot about being a witch. And you guys already know I've talked about being a Christian witch, now working with the goddess Isis as well. And I have really started honing and developing my skills in witchcraft, and now also, you know, playing with plants, do what I do, doing tarot, learning tarot, teaching tarot, tarot reviews, all of that fun stuff. And I mean, my life has just gone on a crazy, crazy journey so far in this year alone of just sitting at home, not doing anything. So I was very lucky to get gifted most of my tarot decks from the gift exchange, from this beautiful group, and all of these wonderful kids have come to my channel and helped it grow so much. And with all of the interactions from that group, my channel has grown so much that now I get recommended to people outside of our group, and I start seeing new faces in my comments and whatnot. So it's a lot of fun to see how this has evolved. And I think I might try and make a video about how I went on my YouTube journey. That is kind of a different story than this one here, but I just wanted to kind of tell you guys some things you don't quite know about me. I know that a lot of people might be curious about my baby child. You guys hear her often, and I do talk about her often. But I did say this at the beginning of my channel. I don't feel comfortable showing my child on camera. I don't feel comfortable showing my child to strangers. And I definitely, you know, especially not knowing where my YouTube career is going to go, if it ever goes anywhere, I just don't want my baby child on the internet, and I don't want anybody having access to her pictures or her name or her information or where we are or any of that type of stuff. I'm just not comfortable with it, especially because I am in a big witchcraft group, and it's very nerve-wracking to think about what a witch with a grudge might do to me or my family. So that's why I don't talk about her. That's why I don't ever tell you guys her name. That's why I don't ever show her. That's why whenever you guys see things around my room or my house, I make sure pictures of her are covered. I do my best to keep all of that private. Nobody outside of family is allowed on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, or my Facebook for that reason. I just don't really trust anybody, and you know, mommy instinct. So I really wish that I could get over that and show you guys my child. And you know, I love her so much. I'm so proud of her. She's going on 9 months. She just popped out her 3rd tooth, going on 4th tooth. Now she's getting her top teeth, and she is so fun. She's my favorite little person in the whole world. But you guys already know I'm a mommy. You guys already know quite a few things about me being a mommy. I'm a single mommy. I am raising her by myself. I am lucky that in this time of the sickness, I have been able to spend all 9 months of her life with her. I've never had to be away from her because you guys already know maternity leave isn't very long in the in the States, it would be maybe 2 months of maternity leave. And that was really hard for me to deal with accepting, especially breastfeeding. So I'm really, really grateful for this time, as stressful as it has been, not being able to get a break and not being able to have time away from her or have anybody watch her and have her glued to me 24/7 for 9 months straight. I really, really, really enjoy the time that I have got to have with her. Being able to watch every new step that she takes along the way is so beautiful, and I'm so grateful to have this time with her. Even if, you know, it ends next month, or if I get 3 more months and I get to spend her whole first year with her, you know, whatever that may be. I really love what this year has done for me. Although 2020 was a terrible, terrible year for so many people, 2020 has been probably my biggest growth year. This has been the year that I decided to get back into YouTube. This has been the year that I really started developing myself as a tarot reader and as a witch, and I have gotten to grow myself as a mommy as well. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this little talk and being able to kind of learn a tiny bit about who I am. Clearly, you guys don't know much else. You still don't know my music taste outside of David Bowie. You still don't know what kind of foods I like, what my favorite color is, things like that, what my favorite smell is. You guys still don't know a whole lot, but the only thing you need to know is I really love brownies. There you go. That's the secret. Brownies. So I super, super, super enjoy all of you guys being here and joining me for this video here today. I am so grateful for every single interaction that has helped grow my channel, and I really had a lot of fun doing About Me Week. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a YouTube journey video. It seems like Lil Mama's getting a little upset out there. For good reason. She's, like I said, she's glued to me 24/7, and the only time she's away from me is when I'm doing videos, and she does not like it. So I really, really, really enjoyed this time with you guys. I really hope that I get to do this again for 500 followers or subs. I really hope I get to do this again for 1,000 subs, and I really hope that you guys decide to stick around. So if you made it to the end, please give me a big thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, that's cool. Thumbs down. You don't have to like my video. Say whatever you want in the comments, because y'all do anyway. And I really hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful day wherever you are when this video reaches you, my friends. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Namaste.